All right, a story we'll be following for some time. Starting Monday, schools across the province could be dirtier. Earlier calls for supply teachers may not be made, and ECEs aren't likely to go to parent meetings. A lot of things here. 55,000 support staff starting work to rule after negotiations broke off on the weekend with the province. The union saying it is fighting for what it says is job security. Education Minister Stephen Lecce is urging CUPE and employers to come back to the table. We just happen to have Laura Walton here with us on BT, bargaining chief and president of CUPE's Ontario School Board Council of Unions. Laura, you have, let's say, some encouraging news that you're first telling our viewers here this morning.
Yes. So we were fortunate yesterday afternoon to receive a call that the parties were interested in going back to the table. So we have made a commitment to meet Saturday and Sunday. That being said, we'll see where it goes from there. You know, one of the things that we've said is we have not a problem having negotiations, but negotiations have to be meaningful, and those concessions need to come off the table.
Okay, so we know the talks did break down, and so you're hearing this now, a Saturday and Sunday date to meet with the province. This sounds good, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the progress will be made that you're looking for.
Well, it is good, and you want to be in front of each other. That's the key with negotiations, and so that's really important. But, you know, there are some substantial concessions on those tables, and we need to ensure that those are gone, because those concessions will really impact the service that we can provide to students.
Let's talk about those concessions.
Yes.
What do you need to hear in order for support staff to say, I'm going to work on Monday, no problem?
So we need to see investment into those support staff. We need to see the cuts reversed that were made in the summer, and we need to see future investments made through the life of this collective agreement. We know that there are more and more needs coming into our schools, and we're dealing with less and less. So those things need to be there. Also, there are some, you know, we need to have some discussion about how we're going to be moving forward. There are a lot of things that have been downloaded onto us in regards to the benefits, our benefits plan. We now handle it rather than the government. So we need to be able to ensure that we're actually able to handle it without interference. So we've got a few key issues that are on the table and remain on the table, but that's service security that I mentioned to you before. That's the key piece.
We are obviously following what's happening with the elementary teachers and the secondary teachers. All of that is up in the air. But let's talk about who these CUPE support staff are, because a lot of people are writing in saying, is it EAs, is it ECEs, are it custodial, is it secretarial? It is all of the above.
Yes, it's truly all of the above, and quite frankly, we don't have enough time on this show to go through them all. So we represent custodial, we represent maintenance, we represent clerical. Those would be your secretary, accounting, back office purchasing, that kind of realm. We also represent EAs and ECEs, speech pathologists, child and youth workers, behavior therapists. It's huge work.
Yeah, okay. So the encouraging news, which you are hearing here first, Saturday and Sunday, negotiating days. So we'll follow you through the weekend, but should there not be any progress, come midnight, Monday morning, work to rule begins.
Work to rule does begin Monday morning if we do not see any progress.
Laura, appreciate your time.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
Best of luck with the talks.
Thank you.
All right, let's get downstairs to Roger and Dee.